Hey guys, so here's my second update on the challenge. So I've managed to get it back on track. I needed to take some time out just to reflect on, what's important to me, what's important in my life right now, and how do I want to live my life, these kind of things. So I spent a bit of time contemplating that and going within. And I've been listening to Tony Robbins, the great Tony Robbins, to the rescue. And he was talking about pleasure and pain. And every decision we make, we do it either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. So I used this morning, and he says that, rather than thinking we have to go out there and be disciplined, we just have to link enough pleasure to getting the job done and enough pain, really tune in to the pain of not getting the job done. So he goes on to, he gives you an exercise, and what you have to do is pick 4 things that you know you need to do but you're not doing. And you write down those 4 things. Okay? And with each thing that you've listed, you're going to ask yourself, what is going to be the pain of taking action? And really think about this. And then think about what is going to be the pleasure of not following through with it. What pleasure will you gain from not taking action? And you might come up with, well, what do you mean the pleasure of not taking action? I need to do this, I want to do this, but, think about it. There's always a payoff of some kind when we don't take action. The third thing you're going to ask is, what is the cost of not taking action? What is going to be the cost of not following through with this? Short term and long term. The cost a few weeks, a few months, and the cost 4 to 5 years down the line. And lastly, you're going to ask yourself and contemplate, what will you gain from just going for it? Really sit there, take time with this, and make a list. And I did that for 2 things, and I really surprised myself with the stuff that I came up with. And yeah, try it, it's very powerful. So whenever there's something that we've set ourselves to do and we don't follow through, it's because we've linked pain to getting the job done. I'm going to quote from Tony Robbins. He says, "We think that taking action will be more painful than doing nothing. By not taking action, we experience less pain than taking action." So all you got to do is just turn it around, and turn it around so that not doing it is more painful than getting the job done. And that's what I did this morning when I woke up 5:45. I lied there. I have this routine in the morning. Some music comes on, some real motivating music on my iPod comes on. I turn the bedside lamp on beside me to get some light in the room, let my eyes adjust to the light. The music's loud enough so that I won't drift off. And I thought to myself, okay, what is the pain? What's going to be the pain of not getting up and starting my day the way I want to start it? What's going to be the pain of that? And I tuned into that. And I thought, okay, what's going to be the pleasure of getting up and doing it? And I thought about the pleasure of that, and who I want to be as a person, and the effect I want to have on the world. And then I spent a moment to think about the pleasure of not doing it. The pleasure of just saying, oh, forget it, turning off the alarm, going to sleep. And I sat with that, and it was a a short term. I knew it would have been a short term pleasure. You know, it would feel good in the short term, but ultimately would feel bad. It genuinely felt like it would be painful to just turn over and fall asleep. You know, it was genuinely felt like a painful thing to do, and I didn't want to do it. So I got up, I started my day. So Mr. Robbins goes on to say, how can we use the understanding that pain is a greater motivator than pleasure? At any moment in time, our reality is based on whatever we focus on. At any moment in time, whatever you focus on is what's most real to you. Focus on how not doing something is going to be more painful than just going for it. So whatever we focus on. So when I've been waking up in the morning, a couple of days ago, Thursday and Wednesday, I was waking up and I was thinking about the pleasure of diving back into bed. You know, the pleasure of, oh, just dive back into a nice warm bed. You know, it's dark here in the UK. It's dark here in the UK. It's dark and cold right now, early in the morning. So, and that's what has been most real for me in that moment. My mind isn't even thinking about the challenge and what I said about being held accountable and, you know, I want to be this great person, and, you know, not that I don't appreciate who I am now, but, you know, I want to fulfill my potential as a human being and to make use of what I've got. You know, I heard someone say that it's not that you need a better job or you need a better this or a better that. You just need to do better with what you've got. Which is to say, you just need to do better with the mental faculties that you've been born with. That is your birthright. And I've been listening to these hypnotherapy CDs, and, you know, I'm really tuning into the idea that it's all inside, and any mental faculty that you can conceive of, determination, zeal, will, patience, sensitivity, knowingness, you know, it's all within. Now, I had a few insights which I may go on to speak about further, but I just want to mention them for you to contemplate. And I've written down a few quotes. And this one, most of us are anxious to improve our circumstances, but are unwilling to improve ourselves, and we therefore remain bound. So most of us are anxious to improve our circumstances. I guess that's going back to what I just said about, you know, it's not that we need a better so-and-so, it's just that we need to do better with what we have and start making better choices for our health, our well-being, building bridges with people, relationships that we may have neglected where we've not picked up the phone and engaged and just opened a dialogue with that person. The other thing I came across was using action to compensate for how we feel. So that's like, you know, I feel crappy, so, you know, I'm going to go out there, I need to go out there and I need to do this in order to make up for that. Which, you know, I guess, you know, you can do that. I've done that in the past, you know, that can work. I guess what he was saying was, ideally you get to a place where, you know, first of all, gratitude and appreciation, you know, appreciation for what we do have, gratitude, being, you know, just being for a moment, just being for a moment, acceptance, healing the past, and then from there, when we've reached a point of acceptance and gratitude, and then just kind of moving from there, you know, the natural flow. You just let it flow. The challenge. Now, as I was saying in my last video, I think I allowed my ego to get a little involved in including too much. So I've amended the challenge. You can go onto the 40-day challenge page on my website. You'll see the amendments that I've made. The morning and the nighttime disciplines have stayed. The 6 hours study is still there, but I may not be going to the library. The weather's not always fantastic here right now, so I'll be doing that studying here at home. The yoga, I don't want the yoga to be a discipline. I want to do the yoga when I feel to do the yoga as an enjoyment process. So, and I do intend to get back into my yoga. I don't want to feel that I'm constricted in time, so I'm rushing against the clock to get things done. So one of the other things I've taken out is contacting 5 people a week for the coaching. I've got so much to think about right now, so it was adding to the pressure of the challenge, I think. So if I get to do that, then that's a bonus.